Hey, what is going on, everybody? And TGI Friday, and welcome to another Blogs with Boilon. And I literally could not be happier about today, mainly because we are finally getting Silver Samurai at the store reset after about a week and a half of waiting for him to get his art changed and to be released. This was quite a setback for this patch 5.7, and I think as a result may have pushed back a lot of the things back in this patch as well, including the release of Lady Deathstrike and maybe Omega Red. We'll find out. This patch, I think, is going to be about a week longer than it was originally intended, but it is what it is with this company. Of course, we have a few things to go over before we jump into the blog today, and I do want to say that I will be doing a Red Star Orb opening video for Silver Samurai, probably coming out tomorrow, and this will be a triple Red Orb opening across my two accounts, plus my partner's account, who I am running now after taking a break from the game, so lots of slot machine action to come. We've also had some early text clarifications, of course, before the release of the Weapon X characters, so I guess that's somewhat positive that we're getting it before they actually come out, but we'll be talking about this too as well today. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Now, I want to bring people's attention very quickly to this. I talked about this already in another video, but this was on October the 6th, the 5.7.1 release notes, specifically down here at the Heroes for Hire stuff when they're talking about in a future update that they're going to change the way that the Heroes for Hire passive abilities are clarified. So I have, in this most recent war, I actually took 3 attempts to kill one Heroes for Hire team. And I can confirm that the the charges no longer refresh. Now, I do feel that this might have been a stealth change at some point, because like I was talking about in the comments of my other video and with people in my Discord, I am pretty certain, unless I'm getting really old, that, you know, the charges did refresh at some point in time. So I don't know if maybe some patch passed and then all of a sudden the charges got broken and it didn't work properly. I'm pretty sure if the charges did not restore as was stated in the text, people would have made videos about that way earlier on before now, but I never really saw anything like that. So yeah, so it is being changed to that basically they get all their charges at the start of the first match, and then after that they don't recover any charges later on. So this does make them a little bit easier to, I don't know, 2-shot, 3-shot, whatever you want to call it, and that they don't actually get their charges back. I'm pretty sure that this must have been a stealth change at some point. I don't know when, because unless I'm getting old, I'm pretty sure I remember them restoring their charges. But I just wanted to bring that up really quick. The other thing here is the ability text for Omega Red and Silver Samurai. This was brought up yesterday, so there was 2 updates. You know, we're getting more text clarifications, of course, again, but this time it actually is coming before the characters are being released, so we'll see if this is the only bugs that are actually in the character and that require text clarifications. So one is to do with Omega Red's basic Carbonadium Lash. Will now state that the healing cap that he drains is 25% of his max HP, I believe that is, to match the function. Silver Samurai, his special ability Executioner Slice, and this is important because we're going to be getting him later on today, said it would flip counter only on the primary target. The ability text is being updated to reflect the actual function of flipping counter on the primary and adjacent targets. Now, I think this might be in relation to things like Heroes for Hire as well. I don't know how many characters actually have counter, or teams that they would be fighting would have counter other than them, but so this is a little bit of a buff. I mean, I guess it always was there, but in terms of the text, you know, the text is getting a buff, I guess, if you could say that. And a quick developer's note: when these characters are tested internally, they are put to the test with how they function, and thus is why the ability text is changed and not the other way around. Honestly, it took me some time to wrap my head around this part, because it almost, I don't know, it sounds like it sounds like to me that basically a character is coded, and then they figure out how it actually works. It's almost like a developer for the mechanics are given a vision for the character. They do all of this, and then they see how it actually works in the game, and then they go back and change the text accordingly to make sure it actually is how they work. You know, it's almost like it's going backwards to me. Please let me know how you interpreted this one, but it's just them kind of cover their own asses. There was some more said. There was an envoy meeting not too long ago with Cerebro and Lori about how these kind of things work in the game. And I don't know if people really believed what they had to say necessarily, or if they took it at face value. But I just don't understand why the QA, really has troubles with characters when it comes to how the text is and how the text should be versus how the characters actually perform in battle, and the differences, the JSON files, things like that. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not an expert on these things, but I just don't understand why we have back-to-back-to-back problems a lot. I will say, this is a positive improvement overall because we are getting these updates before the characters are released, but we'll see how that reflects characters going forward and whether or not we're going to have any more problems with the rest of the patch cycle. So that being said, we're going to jump over to the jump over to the blog and see what's going on over there. Alright, so here we are with the blog post called Cutting Edge Protection with Silver Samurai in all his glory here on the front of today's blog post. So, rumor has it the legendary Black Blade has been sighted on Nexus Earth, and this week we've got the details on a warrior to help dull its villainous wielders. Slicing your way is the next season of Strike Pass. We know that should be a Cloak and Dagger Strike Pass, a magnetic repeating legendary event, Magneto, and some Blitzes and bonus events. So, okay, so we're getting a background of Silver Samurai. Yeah, his event is going to be later on today, but we already know the kit because it's on msf.gg. It's also now in the roster, but is there anything in here really that we should really be talking about? Not really. I mean, I don't think there's anything new here that we don't already know from what we just talked about and from what the kit is released anyway. So we're actually just going to skip through most of this. Now, what's interesting, though, is... Okay, they did. I was wondering if they added this part here, because we just talked about that earlier on in the video. Flip counter on the primary and adjacent targets. Okay, so they've added that in. They fixed that here in the special text reading, so that's fine. Everything else, I think, is pretty much the same. So I'm hoping that when this character gets launched later on and when people start getting a chance at using him, and by the way, guys, I'm not going to be buying this character. I'm not spending any money still. I think the Scopely and Boundless need to prove to me that we can go a patch, we can go a while without having any game-breaking bugs. Because like I said before, how do we know that the characters that we're spending money on are not bugged, do not have problems with it, and therefore I just don't feel that my money is being valued. And I want to say that because my shirt is going in and out, I should not have worn this color of a shirt. I'm pretty sure it's actually turquoise teal or something. Yeah, teal. But on the screen, it's actually showing up as a sort of green, and that's not going well with my green screen. So my apologies there. I'll have a better choice of shirts next time. So his event, the Curse of Muramasa, one of your first chances to recruit Silver Surfer starting on October the 15th. So that is 1 week today, and that is next Friday where it's going to start. So that's actually like over a week from when it was supposed to have started, I believe, before. This is also after the Wolverine Weapon X event. So if you thought that maybe you could double up for the tail end and, you spend some of your cores on this event to get some points for the Wolverine milestone, think again, because that is not happening this time around. So look forward to that. And the honorable traits. I will be doing a video probably next Thursday, the day before the event. I'll be going over what you need to do in order to clear the event, of course, and looking at what your goals are for star levels, how many cores that you might need to spend, what kind of expectations you should have for shards, that kind of stuff, and going over the honorable trait for new players. So do take a look. Do keep an eye out for that. That'll be next Thursday that I'll be doing this. So the Strike Pass Season 8. Yeah, so this should be actually the Dagger Strike Pass, because we started with a Cloak Strike Pass, which gave shards for Cloak at the start. So the beginning of the free pass will feature 20 Dagger character shards, while the premium pass features an additional 20 shards among the rewards, 40 in total. And just like the previous season, you'll also earn Luminous credits by hitting season-long Strike Pass levels. Use these credits to open the Luminous Cloak or Luminous Dagger orb. So this will give you a chance to get 20 shards for Dagger and 30 optional shards free to play. for Cloak or Dagger, depending on who you still need to unlock. So as far as I'm aware, this is the final 50 shards that are going to be available for these characters, because everything else has passed. We had the Strike Pass, it's going to be ending soon, and then we have the both of the Blitzes already had passed as well. So hopefully you guys got a chance to unlock Cloak and Dagger. Let me know how things went for you on that. Even for my baby account, I was just barely able to squeeze out. Actually, I just unlocked Cloak recently, and I already had Dagger, so actually I did pretty well. I'm not sure, I don't think I'm gonna get a 4-star for anyone on my baby account, but still, you know, I am glad that I did manage to unlock free-to-play Cloak and Dagger on my lower level account. Repeating legendary event, we have the Magneto event. Does anyone care about Magneto anymore? Although he could be a future legendary character requirement, because, you know, after Nick Fury was added to a legendary requirement, who's to say that Star-Lord and Magneto and Invisible Woman may not rear their heads later on at some point in the future. Upcoming blitzes, we have a White Tiger blitz. No, wait. Yeah, White Tiger Blitz next Thursday, and we have a Miles Blitz on Monday. I am so sick of Miles Blitzes. You know, clearly I have him at 7-star already, but he's like, nobody uses him, and he actually shows up fairly frequently in the Blitzes for some reason. I'm pretty sure if you were to go back the last 6 months, he would have showed up at least once or twice again. Probably like 2 times, maybe more. You know, I feel like he's super common. Bonus and Flash events, we have Double Brotherhood and X-Men. I would actually take advantage of that for at least for Beast, because he's part of the Astonishing X-Men, so that's probably the best one to use for that. And I guess for Iceman as well, who's on Villain 7-9. So if you need to farm any of the Astonishing X-Men because they have the X-Men tag, I would do that here on the double shard payouts. We have a return for Chaos Theory next week as well, next Friday, so that's good. More silver and gold promotion credits. Otherwise, a pretty bare bones patch blog today. Not really surprised here. We have the official dates though of the Silver Samurai event, and hopefully we have a bug-free release at the store reset time later on today for Silver Samurai. We're gonna get some red star pulls going on for tomorrow, and hopefully I have some good luck on that. Yeah, and then I'll be keeping an eye on other people, you know, who maybe have purchased Silver Samurai if they decide to do so. I will not be, like I said, but I am very curious of how strong of a character he is, but I'm just gonna wait. You know, I'm more than patient enough to be able to wait till he comes out next Friday and get a shot at actually giving him a go myself. So that's all for today, guys. Let me know how you're feeling about the game right now. Are you guys satisfied with the way things are, or are we just having to just truck along and get through this anyways? We'll be talking about some of the issues, of course, in the days to come and more. Hopefully this patch is slowly going to get better, because I'm really concerned with how things have been over the last patch and a half, 2 patches, and I really want this game to get better. So that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend, and of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you all later. Boilon signing out.